Headline News.
Well, Conor McGregor made a big announcement yesterday.
He did what?
He said before he was planning to retire. Okay. No one believed that, obviously, but he was retiring.
He said that about a month ago.
Yes. Well, he has now decided to accept a bout with Dustin Poirier. The fight will take place on January 23rd. And McGregor has also said that he would like it to be at AT&T Stadium.
In Dallas. I don't know much about Dustin Poirier. What do we have?
His last fight was June 27th. He beat Dan Hooker by unanimous decision. He has a 26-6-0 record in the UFC. McGregor is UFC record is 22-4-0. So a pretty balanced fight as far as their records go. McGregor hasn't fought since his 42nd TKO victory over Cowboy Cerrone on January 18th.
Oh, baloney Cerrone. I called that fight. I called it. I said that thing was not going to last.
Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to this. I didn't believe that McGregor was retiring. I really don't know what's the point of saying you're retiring if you're not really retiring.
Well, but boxing, you could literally, once you become an icon or a star, you fight every 12, 15 months.
Yeah, but you don't need to say you're retiring.
Well, I know that's part of it.
Like, I'm not fighting right now.
I think he likes to be in the news because he's got that Irish whiskey. Doesn't he have some whiskey brand that's really, really popular?
I think it's like proper whiskey or something.
And then people look up Conor McGregor. Here's what they do: they go and Google Conor McGregor, and it goes to the whiskey site. That's what happens. So he about every 3 months he says something, and we go, I want to look up Conor McGregor, and it takes you right to his Irish whiskey site. And you're like, if 1 out of 20 people go, I'm gonna have some of his whiskey.
Yeah,
he's a businessman.
He is a businessman, but I'm looking forward to that. And obviously, if they have it at AT&T Stadium, they'll be able to have fans there, so you can work around that. Everyone was expecting a clash between the Lakers and the Clippers in the Western Conference Finals this year.
Yeah.
Clippers were upset by the Nuggets instead. And now we have some very big news. Woj has just reported that Ty Lue is finalizing a 5-year deal to become the next coach of the Los Angeles Clippers.
Oh, there we go. We thought that was going to work.
Chauncey Billups will be his lead assistant.
Oh, I like that, yeah.
I mean, Ty Lue was already in the building. It's a great job.
Former player.
Despite how the season ended. And Ty Lue is a great coach. He deserved another opportunity, and this is a perfect situation for him.
He's a confrontational coach, so he won't let you, if you're going to do load management, he's going to ask why you're sitting the night out. Like, Ty plays hard, and he coaches hard, and he demands stuff.
I'm happy for Ty Lue. I think this is a good situation. I didn't think that the Rocket situation was the right move for him.
This is a way better job.
I do think it's going to be interesting with the load management moving forward, because I'm not an advocate of load management. It's not fun. It's not ideal. It's bad for fans. But if a player, say like Kawhi, has come to your organization with the expectations of this is the amount of games that I'm going to play, and it did work in Toronto,
I think you have to.
I don't know how forgiving people are going to be with it moving forward.
Yeah, I think you have to create chemistry before you do it. And I think the Clippers' problem was they did the load management, and they really didn't create chemistry. So if you can create it, then you're fine. Spurs had it, and they took lots of days off.
It's also kind of, and I don't know what Kawhi is like, in meetings and things like that, but we all know he's not a very verbal guy.
Yeah.
So if you're not a very verbal guy, you are taking a significant amount of games off for load management, and that's kind of the tone, and you're the best player on the team. Yeah. How does that trickle down? You know what I mean? Like listening to Frank Vogel earlier talking about LeBron and how active and involved he is in everything that goes on, and he's LeBron. Who on that roster is going to go in a different direction? No one. I
cannot believe I have a great NBA. 2 sources have told me an amazing NBA story. We'll go to a break, and after we go to a break, I'll ask you if I should go on the air with it. It's big.
Okay.
It's big.
All right.
With stars involved, like a big rumor. I've had it confirmed now with 2 people.
Yeah, we'll talk it over before we let it air. Finally, the NFL has announced there will not be a Pro Bowl game this season. Kind of could have expected that, but it is official now. This will be the first time since the 1949 season that the NFL hasn't held some form of postseason All-Star game. So there will still be a voting process next month to recognize the best players this season, and the rosters will be revealed in December. So you will still be able to technically make the Pro Bowl, but there will not actually be a Pro Bowl. The league said it will reimagine the event by organizing a variety of engaging virtual activities to take place of the game.
Boring.
Not sure what that is.
Yeah.
But this also we're not there yet, but there is obviously conversations being had because of the amount of games that had to be rescheduled. Are they going to have to add another week at the end of the season? This could provide that without them having to move the Super Bowl. But also, you can't add the Pro Bowl right now. So it's the right move anyway. Las Vegas was scheduled to host the game, so they will host the Pro Bowl in the 2021 season.
Okay, I cannot believe I buried the lead.
I'm so nervous. I need to hear this first.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys, and I'll see if I should simmer on it or not say it. I could maybe do Twitter on it.
Okay.
It involves two huge.
I will listen to it, and then I will America, I will be the judge.
Okay, so I got one yesterday afternoon and one a week ago, and I cannot believe until you mentioned Ty Lue that I thought of this story. It's incredible. You won't believe the story.
Well, now you're building it up. If we don't say it, it's going to be rough. I'll let you guys know if it's fair. Okay, let's do that. Let's take a break. Blah, blah, blah. Soup and sweater, best for last next. The pandemic has led to an astounding increase in unemployment benefits being filed around the country, right? A lot of people are unemployed. The bad news, con artists are taking advantage of this and have filed tens of thousands of fraudulent unemployment claims using your consumers' identities. In large part due to the high volume of fraud cases, identity theft has officially moved back up to #1 in America for fraud. That's the #1 spot for fraud in America is now identity theft. Every day we put our info all over the web. That's where LifeLock comes in. They use a wide range of tools to see if your social security number, your tax ID number is on the web. If they detect your info there being compromised, domestic agents will send you an immediate alert. Now, nobody can spot all of it or prevent all of it, but LifeLock can see stuff you wouldn't and solve problems you could not. How would you like to save 25% off your first year? 25% off your first year. All you have to do, LifeLock.com, code HERD. Or call 1-800-LifeLock, and the code is HERD. Good God, I've got a huge story. Unbelievable, potentially next.